Hey guys, how you doing? Dan here in Garland. Well, I know it's been a while since we put anything up, but we've had a lot of work to do. We're back right now. We're back up on the eastern part of the Sierras, and of course, as you all well know, a few weeks back we were up in Willows, up there in Willow Creek. Anyway, so that would be the northwestern part of the Sierras, and so we're back what we call our home. We're in another area right now in the eastern part, and this part up here we've never investigated before, so that's what we're doing here right now. We try to give every little spot, you know, as much attention as we can. I'm gonna have you guys come out with us, okay? I found a trail and we're gonna go ahead and follow this. We've already been up here for a while. We've been up here since early this morning, okay? We've been doing a lot of hiking, a lot of scouting, and basically we're doing boots on the ground right now, and we're looking for evidence and such. So so why don't you guys come along with me and Garland and see what we can find. And I'll go ahead and just let Garland give you a view, and I'll just walk alongside of him. Come on, Jay. Watch your step, my man. Now, you know, when we were showing you the some of the rock markers we were coming across up there up at Willows. Say for instance, look at these rocks. Yes. Okay, that's natural. That's what it should look. But when you see them stacked in such a manner, Squatches usually, when they stack their rocks, they do it in a particular way. It's a particular way, the way they stack them, see? So, and as you could tell, and like I was saying when we were up in the Willows, rocks don't stack themselves, see? So this is what you would see, which is normal. But what we showed you on the previous video, that is not normal. That is done by a Sasquatch, plain and simple. See what we got over here. Hold on. Check this out. Here. Woo, doggy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sasquatch dung. Right here. Can you get a little bit of close-up of that, G? Now, this time I ain't going to be playing with it. Do you see how much waste that they release? This here now look at the diameter. You see the diameter? Can you get that, Jay?
Yep, I got it.
Now you see the diameter of that? My friends, that's over 2 inches in diameter right there alone. Over 2 inches. And I think I've explained it to you before that the maximum for a human is about, let's see, it's 1 inch, I believe it's 1 inch, 2/5. That's it, in diameter. See, this goes way beyond any human capacity. And I've seen them bigger than this. I've seen them up to 3 inches in diameter. And see how fresh that is? See? Got that, G?
Yep.
Now what we got in here, this is how, one of the reasons I know what they feed on. You've got pine nuts in here. And we got some berries. See? These are pine nuts. Like that. These are berries. So what they've been eating on is a lot of pine nuts, wild berries. And I don't see any vegetation in this one. And I don't see where it's been eaten on any small mammals or anything. So right now he's just eating a lot of vegetation. Anyway, give him a real good close look at that one. Now this here was definitely done by a full-grown adult. I would say that this guy's probably about, this guy's 8 feet plus. No ifs or buts about it. Definitely he's over 8 feet. Now, before, there was another one over here. There was another one over here, so, which is an indicator. I would see, they have a 4.5, average is a 4.5 to 5 foot gait, okay? Say for an 8.5 foot Sasquatch. So it would be right here. He started to release right here, you see, then you come up here. There you go. Gotta knock that off or I hurt myself. Anyway, so about a 4.5, 5 foot gait. And apparently he came up here, this is where he dropped his load and he continued on back here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go follow this back here. Man, that's a big pile. Now we got here, something's been digging. That does look like what Sasquatch would dig too. Remember like the other ones we found? And what gives it away, see here? They got pockets down in here. And I've showed you guys before, and what they'll do is they'll dig a hole in here, and here's your sticks. This is what they've been digging with. We got another one here, that goes to that. Can you come over to this side, girl? You get another one. And right here, see there's the hole. You see the hole, G?
Yep, you got it.
And what they do is they'll take those green cones, because they're full of sap, and they take them and they bury them in there. And then they'll come up later on. See, winter's coming up close now. They won't start they won't start consuming these until it gets close to winter. Okay, that's their storage. And look at, there's a piece of the branch that broke while they were digging. They, I gotta mind you that these guys are, they are part primate, and primates will do the same damn thing, exact same thing. Anyway, I would say this is from the same guy that we just saw his dung pile. Let's see what else we got. Oh, by the way, some of you guys out there, see, magazines in. I read, I seen some of the comments on there, and I seen some people were like freaking out saying, man, where's his magazine? What's he doing with a gun with no magazine? You know where it was? It was in my pocket. I ain't stupid, guys, believe me. It was in my pocket. And believe you me, I'm very well trained. It comes out of my pocket in here ready to fire. I could do that in seconds. Anyway, there was a reason for that. I think I explained it somewhere in the video. When you head into the wilderness in California, you cannot take a weapon in there. If you have a weapon, you got to keep the magazine out, put it in your pocket. It's the only way you stay out of trouble with the rangers and such and the game wardens. Other than that, you're not supposed to go in there with it because you can't hunt. You're not allowed in with a gun. Okay? I use it for protection. When I do come across rangers or game wardens, I give them one of my business cards. We have a little chat. They leave me alone. Just follow the law. That's all. You won't get messed with. Simple rules.
I'm sure those comments was from non-Californians.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, that's what it was, people. I had it in my pocket the whole time. There was nothing to worry about. Whoa! Careful. Boy, this is thick in here, isn't it?
Yeah,
What do you got?
I'm just getting some of this.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, look at this. Something came through here. Oh hell yeah, they grabbed this, pulled it down. He came right in through here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came right in through here. Oh, by the way, that pile of squatch dung we just showed you, that is fresh. Just to let you know. I think he came right through here, dude. Pulled on this. No doubt. Yeah, he's been back. They've been back there feasting on the pine nuts. For the left of the season. You see? Just like that.
And that's not a squirrel.
No, I have to explain that to people because see, we get people out there that, I don't know, man, we get these nature experts. In reality, they're not an expert about anything. Come on, let's face the facts. I'm going to tell you right now, Sasquatch will take the petals off these. This is the cob of a pine cone, and it'd be like, I'll show you. Here's your pine cone. Now see right in the bottom. Before this turned to this, these were green. Okay, when they're green, they're full of the sap. This is where they get it from, right through here. And of course, there's your pine nuts. So what they do is they take the petals off like this, see? And why they do that? To get to the pine nuts. Then what happens, they'll get down to this part. Then what happens when they're finished, and then it looks like that. See, so there's your progress of what they do. Now, squirrels don't do this. I want to get that perfectly clear. They don't do it like this, okay? The squirrel sees the pine nuts, they go for the pine nuts. That's it. That is it. We've been around here in the wild for too many years. We've watched them, okay? So we know what they do. Believe me. Anyway, so the indication is this. I know now where he's traveling through. He's got plenty of pine nuts and wild berries in his dung, so let's see what else he's been up to. See a lot of trails. And as you can tell, you see, they're all over. So, all over. Here we got another one. They've been feeding this whole area right here. They've been feeding in.
Now I would think if that was a squirrel, after one or two, it would have been full.
Oh, we know no squirrels do this. I mean, anybody that thinks that's got to be a real dummy. Hi, my name's Howdy Doody. Huh. Now, yeah, would you get through these trails? You know, when you, just a little tip, if you're looking for a squatch trail, and basically it's one because it's a heavy large entity. So, but if you look through here, like if Garland would film right down through here, see, you can actually, if you observe real well, you can actually see where something large and big travels in this area. And when you're walking through here, I could walk through the trails they travel on, and I've taught Garland this, and he knows this, and Toby's experienced it. You can't see, because of all the pine needles. See how thick that is? Look at that. That can go on and on. See? But it's such a heavy, it's such a heavy entity that as you're walking, you'll actually, if you hit a spot where they've been walking at, your foot will fall right into it. And you'll feel it. You'll feel the actual print with your foot. That's no joke. Because other than that, there's no way you could tell. You hear that?
Yeah, it's that breeze coming up out that
No, I
camera.
heard something else.
No, I ain't hear that.
I heard something else. We went right along with the breeze. There it goes again.
Okay, yeah, I just heard that.
Did you hear
That's
that time?
Yeah, that's strange.
I hear it again. We got something going on right now. We have a little bit of a breeze, and it's kind of blending in with the breeze. We're trying to. Okay. Now, you see you see the dung I just showed you back. There it goes again.
It's behind us.
You heard it that time, didn't you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I heard it. It's right behind me.
Now this here, you see this? See this pile here? And this is fresh. You guys could take a guess. What do you think it is? Especially the nature experts out there. I'll let you ponder that. I know what it is, but I'll let you ponder it.
Yeah, let me give it a good one.
Give them a good look at it. Okay. Now, what do you got? We got another marker?
Yeah, right there. That's like the 5th one we've seen where they just taking little things and leaning them.
Yeah, see this, guys? Oh, he put it right in there, dude. Look at that. Yeah, right in there. That's a marker. We got some other ones over there too that we were following the trail. They'll do these like these little different types of variety of markers what they use. And as you could tell in the other ones we saw, there's the trail. Show them the part of that trail from back there, dude. You see, this is the same one we're coming on right now. I don't know what that was out there, guy, but that was awfully weird. Did you hear that though? Kind of wailed like about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
But it was kind of mixing in with the wind. I was trying to listen, but I caught it 3 times. Really weird. Some kind of vocalization I never heard. Now, they're like an old creek bed. Oh, by the way, I was going to tell you guys too, because I know you want to know what happened that night for the rest of the night to me and Garland when we were up there at Willow Creek. If you recall, on the right towards the end of the video. There you go. Did you hear that? You hear that?
It sounds like
It's a bark.
yeah.
That's a bark, dude. There it goes again. That ain't no dog either.
You know, here, let's tell them what they can get the hell up
I
out of
hope,
here.
can you guys hear that? Listen real good, can you hear that? You hear it? That's a bark. Sasquatch, they do little barks. I told you I was hearing something. Let him do his thing. Anyway, what I was going to tell you, if you remember in that video, it was the night one, when me and Garland we were talking about there was something walking on the other side of that creek from us. That quit. How quiet it got? It just went silent. No, that's not the bark. That's a raven.
Yeah, ravens don't bark.
No, the other one was a bark. Usually the ravens up here in the forest, they'll get really, they'll get vocal like that because there's a predator in the area, and they'll get really, really loud and vocal. Before that raven, though, you could hear that. The other one was a bark. How many times it barked? Like about 5, 6 times. Anyway, I'll go ahead and talk to you while I'm walking. Watch yourself. Anyway, that night, you see that creek. It's about the size of a little river. To be honest with you, so it splits. Okay, it'll split off here at T-bones. It T-bones from here and then off that way, like I told you, where the base of the Oregon Pass is. Well, right in here where it teed off here, we were on this side, okay? On this side of the creek, toward the north of us, on the other side there's a sandbar. If you remember in the video where Garland did film a spot on the other side, right at the water's edge from the beach, you could tell something's been coming off the beach to the water. Right in that area, something very large, walking on 2 feet, was walking on the other side of the bank, and we could hear him walking on the rocks. And he would walk a little bit and he would stop. And then walk a little bit and stop. Now up in that area, you very rarely do you ever hear any vocalizations. We've never heard any vocalizations up in that area. That night, though, before the entity was walking on the other side of the creek on that sandbar, we got a very, very low whoop ended with a real sharp bark. Kind of like the bark we just heard now, a few minutes ago. And that was the first time we ever heard any kind of vocalization sounds coming out in that area. But here's the thing. There was no ifs or buts about it, no doubt. That was a squatch. Okay, that was a squatch. And that night, I mean, we had a sliver of a moon, if you want to call it that. It was so dark. I mean, it was pitch black. And all we had was our flashlights. You know, we had some blue lights, but it just wasn't sufficient. Usually we have most of our team go up with us. It was just me and Garland, so we were kind of limited on lighting we could use. So we did what the best we could do. Oh, and by the way, those rocks that were sitting on the rocks that we showed you on that in fact, that is the real stuff. That was put there by Sasquatches. Okay, that's no joke or nothing. That is for real. So, anyway, up there it needs to be researched more. And the other thing is this. Now, the area that we were at It's about 30 miles from Willow Creek. Okay. Now the area, particular area we were at, we've found this spot years ago, and I know for a fact it's never been researched by anybody. Never. Zip. Zero. So there's quite a bit to be learned in that area. We will get to that point again. But at least one thing this time, we did get to investigate a little bit deeper. We did find quite a bit of evidence. The big difference I find definitely between the groups up here and the ones down there, we're talking about 300 miles apart. The Squatches up in this area, in the eastern part, so the northeastern part of the Sierras. These guys up here have a little bit more intelligent. I don't know why, but it's what it is. They're a little bit more intelligent. The other ones we were at up by Willow Creek, a little bit more primitive. I didn't see particular, say, structures and such and things that they would use that we know the Squatches up here do. We didn't find none of that up there. So. That looks like a. Yeah. It's an old post, dude. Look at that. See that? It's an old post. Shit, that sucker's old, man. It's probably left the back of the 1800s. Oh, hey. Another one. Woo! Man. This is how you track them. I mean, and I'm going to tell you something. It's very rare you come across their scat. I'm telling you that right now, it's really rare. But here's another one. Now, you see the pine nuts? See them? There's a berry there. You got that, girl?
Yep.
See that berry? Right there. So you got berries and you got pine nuts. Unless some of you you expert nature guys out there think that came from a squirrel. If it did, that's a squirrel on steroids, big time. I'm such a jokester, ain't I? So, what that tells me, there was two different Squatches that came through here. The first one we showed you, obviously, that's a big boy. 8+ feet. Now this one here, this is smaller. This is not Yeti. This is a young adult. That is a young adult. Could be a male, could be a female. That part we don't know. It's pretty thicket back there, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and let you give him a good scan. Give him a good solid one. Take it to your left and your right. Give him a real good one. And while you're doing that, I'm going to look at this stuff over here. Hell, that's a pretty thick forest. What do you say? But when that kind of forest, like Garland just showed you, see, that's why they stay so evasive. Man, you can go from tree to tree to tree to tree to tree in such a flash you couldn't even be seen. If you know what you're doing, which these guys are experts at it. Hell, they've been doing it for thousands of years. Just caught a whiff of something in the air. Let's go. Yeah. Here we are, guys. Garner will show you to our right. Check it out real nice and slow. Come over here to our left. Okay. Now, go ahead and show them down where we just came out of. Okay, guys. See way up that road? We got a couple miles to walk. We're tired, man. But hey, look, a lot of work goes into the research we do. You know, it's a lot of work. It really is. We've been up here. We've been hiking for miles. But it's what it takes. Okay, it's what it takes to get the evidence you're looking for. Now. And like I said, the area we were at up there by Willow Creek, it definitely needs some more attention. And next time if we go back up there again, we'll be staying there for a little bit. We're going to dig into it. The other thing is the mountains up there. I mean, it's a plain bare. It really is. It really is. I mean. You go up, come down. You go up, you come. It's a pain in the butt, and it's all wilderness. And so where we just come out of here, this is wilderness out here too. So